Welcome to another episode of Driving to the Res with your favorite hosts.
It's making me laugh. Larry and Inelia.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, honey.
Hi, honey.
I know why you're here, do you?
Kinda, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do, yes.
You have said it, I think 1,000 times, maybe more.
Yes. But I know why you're here. Do you?
It's the newsletter, so... I do know why I'm here.
Oh, good. Let's see what the newsletter says.
The newsletter is, I know why you are here. Do you?
I think they got the title by now.
Well, the question is relevant, you know? Mm-hmm. It is, because...
Mm-hmm.
What? Wait.
What?
Because here's the thing. Remember.
You
have a prime purpose.
Yes.
If you don't remember your prime purpose, remember it.
Yes.
We have a sigil to help you remember.
Mm-hmm.
We have it written and said many times.
Mm-hmm.
We did a podcast like 3 or 4 or 5 in a row to help cement in prime purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. So...
You should know it by now.
I'm going to start reading our newsletter.
Okay.
Well, your newsletter. I didn't write this one. I didn't have it. I didn't even autocorrect it.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, honey, you read the line. Start it.
Why, you don't have your glasses on?
I'm nervous.
Oh, you're nervous?
Yeah.
Okay, hand it over. You were born at this time in the world, and what a confusing upside-down time it is, for one and only one reason. Do you know what that reason is?
Why it's upside down world?
No. Why you were born.
Why we were born at this time on this world?
Yes.
In a confusing upside down time?
Yes.
No, why? Tell me.
To embody the high frequency paradigm.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure it isn't all those other things?
I am pretty sure.
All right.
What other things? Can you tell me what other things?
Like painting the wall, cutting the grass, raising kids, having a job, making a lot of money, not
finding
making a lot of money, finding your soulmate, changing your soulmate, fire, whatever the fire one is.
Yeah. Fire your soulmate.
Yeah, playing true flame, finding your true flame, reuniting your soul with its lost fragments.
Oh my
Searching the planet, always searching for that one thing.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not that?
No, none of
that. Are you
that.
sure?
100% sure.
Okay, so what is it?
To embody the high frequency paradigm. Little FYI.
Yes.
The very first thing that I did when I was asked to go public in 2010.
Yes.
The very, very first thing that I did.
Tell.
Was I created a video.
I remember that video. You know that video? I watched it. I was like, oh, really? So disappointed. That's what it is. I was really disappointed, honey. Because I was watching it. I know it's because I had a lot of other prime purposes in mind.
Oh, what did you think it was going to be?
There's 2012 or 20 whatever. And there was lots of channels telling me this and that and the others. And there was this Merkaba thing. I had to make a ship.
Yes.
Otherwise, I was going to left behind.
I guess you didn't do your ship, honey.
I did my ship, honey.
You did?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
It was a nice ship. Don't laugh at me.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the action.
Hey.
Okay.
It flies good.
It does, okay.
Anyways.
Mm-hmm. You remember the video?
So I remember the video and I was watching. I was like,
really? Is that
really?
it?
That's it? And my Merkaba ship was fine within that structure of experience. So I was like, okay, I can have it. It's an experience.
Yes.
Yeah, but it was illuminate. I mean, it did illuminate a lot because, if you take it literally, which it was, it's literally, this is the reason you came here. This is why people are here. This is what you're here for.
Mm-hmm.
It relieves some of the, I guess we'll call it pressure to be the thing that you think you're supposed to be or you're supposed to be doing because you have this very important job and it's,
Yes.
all of that. And that relieves some of that pressure, which is used in a sense to manipulate you.
Definitely
Right.
used to manipulate you, yes.
Yeah. So, excellent video. Maybe we'll have a link to it. I don't know. Does it still exist?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's right there.
Wow.
The Inelia Benz channel on YouTube. They haven't deleted that one.
There's no strikes on that one. That's handy.
That's very handy, yes.
Yeah. So, we'll put a link to it. You got to check it out. If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
Yeah.
That was in when? 20-something?
2010.
10, yeah. Well, in order to embody the high-frequency paradigm, you need the following. You need to figure out what high frequency means.
Okay, give us your description of what high frequency means, honey.
High frequency means, to me, supportive instead of destructive. Supportive. I think supportive is the best. Well, that word can even be taken a little bit sideways. Supportive can be turned into victim stuff.
Yeah.
Supportive.
And codependency.
And codependency, et cetera, et cetera. So high frequency, well, clearly it's connected to, it's like one of those prime...
Go for it. Go on, say it.
When you watch that very first video, the reason you came to this planet,
Yes.
you read this reason, well, to embody the high frequency paradigm, you gather in your prime purpose. Your prime purpose is to be that high frequency that you are. Just you, the you that you are. You were born that way. That's what you were born as.
Yes.
Minus the programs that were jumped on you to,
That you
make it
absorbed.
possible for you to continue to exist in the light dark world.
Right, to have those experiences by choice.
To have those experiences by choice.
Conscious and unconscious choices.
Right. So minus those, that thing that you actually are is high frequency.
Yes.
And that high frequency expressed back to you through you expressing it out back and forth, back and forth.
Yes.
So high frequency means to be that thing, that self, that frequency that you are, that you came with.
Yeah.
Yeah, because all other words, all other ways of saying it, all begin to just invite in separation
Right.
and other programs that are based on that to go to the wrong places.
Right.
Kind of a maze. So high frequency is what you are,
Yep. Your core essence.
your core essence. Okay.
Your natural self, actually.
Your natural self.
It's not that deep down either.
It's not
right
that
up
hard
there.
to tap into.
No.
That's what it is.
One of the biggest difficulties I had growing up, even until sometimes it still happens if I'm not careful, is that I will walk through life and I see people and I see their light. I mean, I see their essence, and it's blindingly beautiful and light. So then I talk to them and I always get shocked at the low frequency stuff they're playing with because I don't see those layers, right? And then I have to understand, and I remember as a young woman, or even teenager, I had to learn that, wait, that's not what they are. There's more to them than just that light. There's other things. And that light is actually not even visible to most people. It's actually layered up with other things. And that's when I got into trouble because I wanted to understand what those other things were, right?
Yeah. Ooh.
And the low frequency paradigm players delivered.
Yes, I will explain this to you.
Yes, through experience.
Yes.
But it was a learning process, and sometimes, I was born in a big city and I grew up in big cities. I mostly lived in big cities most of my life. Not all of my life, but I lived in the country as well. But mostly, and we definitely don't now. But
Oh.
so for me, the city was the norm. I was very comfortable in a city, not energetically, but at a street smart level. And I started learning. I had to learn to walk down the street and be able to. And somebody taught me how to turn down the psychic noise. In other words, everybody's thoughts. I could hear them, literally hear them. And also turn down what they actually are, that beautiful, amazing, bright light. I would say the great majority of people are like that. I only saw one that was the opposite. It was like a pit of darkness. And I was like, whoa, this person is from a different source. It's evil. Anyways, the majority of humans are that bright, bright light. And I had to tone it down to see where they were coming from, their reality of what they were, right? And it's all like pretend, but for them it's very, very real. So I had to learn that and then function from that level. So often when somebody first speaks to me, I kind of look at them because I see all this bright light and I'm thinking, okay, so what are we talking about here? I'm having troubles, having troubles communicating with my mom. Oh, that level. And I know what level to speak to them at, right? Because otherwise I really literally don't know, because the high frequency is what they are, right? It's just that the low and the light dark paradigm, and then most people today, have been born and still are being born into the light dark paradigm. They purposely put in all these things and layers and things to be able to have that type of experience, and also coming in to this light dark paradigm. Most individuals came here to make the transition and make that bridge. The individuals who are listening. And that means that they had to understand it like I needed to understand it, right? Because otherwise it's like nonsense. It doesn't make any difference. And you look at people going to war and you go, and you just don't get it, right? So you need to understand it and such. Of all the people that I have ever met, I've only met one person in my entire life who hadn't put in layers of light dark. He was just pure light and expressed as pure light. And we met him in John's Land at the Res when, the surfers. Do you remember that boy? Yeah, you remember which one I'm talking about?
I have a vaguely remember of it, yes.
So there was this boy, he must have been, 21 or something like that. And he came out of the van, and I looked at him, and of course I saw that pure light as everything. But then when I did my little mechanics to be able to see what kind of layers they have on, nothing. And I was looking at him, and then he came up to me and started speaking to me from the light. And he was fully connected. He full on connected, no drugs, no alcohol, no messed up anything, no dark or low frequency programming at all. It was pure. He was pure light. And he was so happy and, connected full on, without any type of yicky yuckies or anything. It was amazing. I could have stood there
just
looking at him and listening
watching,
to him for hours. But, we were in the middle of going somewhere, so we had to leave. And I remember thinking, oh man, I wish we'd taken his number or something, because I really wanted to talk to him again and just have the experience of being around him. This beautiful, beautiful being, this young boy, and he's so nice. But we didn't, and we just walked away.
Well, we know where he hangs out.
That's true. I don't know
just
if he's
keep your eyes out.
Back.
Remember his van.
So that was the only person. I had the one person that was pure darkness, and that one was when I was in my late 20s. I was in my late 20s, and I was in Chile, and I was on a bus going from one city to another, which is quite common over there to take a bus between cities. They're actually really nice buses with a waiter and everything that brings you drinks and snacks and things. It's very, very nice. So I was on one of those buses, and there was a traffic jam, so we stopped, and on the side of the highway, or in the middle, I can't remember where, there were these men on horses, and it must have been on the side of the highway, and I felt something really kind of itching, impinging in my energy field that was weird and not good. And I look over, And I see this man on a horse, and he was beating up the horse, obviously, as evil people do. But he wasn't that, because I've seen plenty of people trying to control a horse when it's going... And he looks a little bit violent, you know?
A lot.
But this guy, and I looked at him, and I saw that pit of... kind of like a bit of darkness, you know? And it was pure evil. And I remember thinking at the time, because I was in my late 20s, that I had never seen anybody like that, right? I had perceived light workers playing with darkness, and I perceived dark workers hadn't been in a room before or whatever. And I looked at him, and he trying to control his horse and everything, and other people around as well. And then he looks at me, and it was like piercing, like these eyes were like I don't know, like ice cold darkness or something touching you. And as we were looking at each other, because to me it was curiosity, I wasn't scared or anything, it was just pure curiosity. It's like, ooh, wow, look at that guy. So I was like staring at him, you know, and he was trying to control his horse, and his horse would not. He got even worse, right? Mm-hmm. And he kind of looked away a little bit, and the bus took off. And I was like trying to look at it, and he was gone, right? So it's like orchestrated for me to perceive it, see it, but not have any type of connection. Yeah. And for him not being able to do anything, because the horse was going like bronco, right, at that point.
So he's purely preoccupied.
Yes, yeah. So it's like the pure essence and who you are in this high frequency paradigm, because we're talking to high frequency individuals from high frequency source. That's what that is, right? But if we were talking to people that like that man, then it would be the low frequency paradigm they come here to embody, right?
Right.
Not even like dark, just dark.
Just dark, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, next.
In order to embody the high frequency paradigm, you also need to know what a paradigm is.
All right. Give us
more words.
Yes. Give us your definition of paradigm.
Well, when you are and you're walking down the road, and you see a bee flying to you, and you think, oh no, it's going to sting me, and I'm probably going to get an allergic reaction and die.
Right.
That's a paradigm. Another paradigm, you see this bee swing, you look at it and you go, oh, he's off collecting little pollens to go feed his baby, her baby, babies, and make a little bit of honey so I can have honey in my tea tonight. How nice. That's a different paradigm. The paradigm is the structure via which you live in, the structure of reality you live in.
Yes.
It's related to your set point.
Definitely.
Your set point for how you see things and how you interact with them and what interactions they give you in return. In other words, what they are reflecting back to you. You're out and they're reflecting to you. What experiences are you co-creating? What experiences do you have together? The bee doesn't remove over there, and it's not a part of the paradigm where it comes over and stings you. You have PSP, whatever, you know. You don't have that.
You need an EpiPen too.
You don't need an EpiPen in that world because the bees don't do that.
Right. What if it stings you anyways?
Well, it won't.
But if it does, you won't get an allergic reaction.
You're definitely not getting an allergic reaction.
Or if you do,
and the stinger will probably miss
that,
you.
And if you do, it just happens that somebody with an EpiPen in their pocket was walking past you and can inject you.
Sure.
Because it's all supportive, right?
Yeah, but we've moved fairly far out of the paradigm that I was existing in.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because my puppy dog paradigm, as I call it, doesn't have that EpiPens or stinger bees. But there is a intermediate puppy paradigm that does have stinger bees, where you have to be cautious of it because some bees didn't get the memo. Right.
Yes.
And it also has those EpiPen people who are ready for everything, called Semper Paratus and the Coast Guardies.
Oh, really?
Always ready.
Oh, yes.
So, there's a paradigm of almost puppy.
Yeah.
Puppy kitten. Because, don't want to kick out the kitty people from the puppy paradigm. Kitty paradigm is fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, So that's my definition of what a paradigm is.
Good.
What occurs in that reality.
Yes.
The experience palette that you have to pick from.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
How about you?
I agree 100% actually.
Okay.
For more reasons than what you've explained. And the other reasons are that nothing can happen to us without our agreement. And we are, like you just said, continuously creating our own reality.
Mm-hmm.
So, to express other definitions of it, I would say it's the physical reality, as we speak of it here, that we are experiencing on Earth. Okay?
The physical reality that we're experiencing on Earth.
Yes. And there are two combined paradigms at the moment, main ones. Because if you think about it, the way that is more accurate, yes, there's 6.5 billion paradigms right now on the planet, or 7 billion, or whatever it is. The latest count of the human collective, who nobody knows where that number comes from.
Just make it up.
So it could be that's right, but also there's agreed upon paradigms that dictate the physical experience per se, right? Mm-hmm. So, which physical experience are we on right now? And we are kind of combining both. And when people ask me, how is the split going and how is the embodiment of the new paradigm going? I say, well, have you indulged in any negative things today? How many times did you indulge in negative stuff today?
Once, I think, for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, so it's pretty good so far because it's already past the middle of the day and it's only a few seconds, right? So it's going pretty good. The split is going really good. So that explains the other side of it, right? That we have got both, like the main ones, the light dark and the light on Earth right now. And they do kind of overlap on the light part, right? So the light goes in both, but there's also darkness is one of them. So we kind of overlap a little bit, and we do get invited many times to indulge in that one. So that's how things are perceived sometimes to be difficult and harsh. Yeah, it's a little bit like that.
Cool. Well, that kind of segues right into the next bullet point, which is become aware that you are a permanent and non-stop creator of reality.
Yes. So you're not just creating realities when you decide to manifest something, right?
Yeah, just this thing.
Just this thing I'm going to manifest.
Now. Yeah.
I'm going to manifest $1 million. I'm going to manifest a nice car. I'm going to manifest a soulmate. I'm going to manifest a great job. I'm going to manifest a beautiful meal or a cup of tea. I'm going to manifest
a husband or a
wife. I'm going to manifest some babies. I'm going to manifest some puppy dogs. You know, I'm going to manifest all these things. Mm-hmm. It's not, people understand that as manifesting, but actually every single moment, whether you're awake or asleep, you're manifesting reality. Like literally, you're manifesting reality.
You're already doing it.
You're co-creating it, not by yourself, which is sometimes can be misunderstood for either one. That you're doing it by yourself. You're manifesting $1 million by yourself, or you're manifesting continuously this world by yourself. No, because we do have manifestors, buddies, right?
Allies and the opposite of allies.
Yes.
The inverse of allies.
Yes, the inverse of allies. So co-creators. We have co-creators, whether they're positive or negative or whatever's. We have co-creators. And that goes into the next one?
The next bullet point is realize that you don't create alone. You have co-creators, allies, and buddies.
Yes.
I must have been able to read that allies and buddies thing through my lips or something because
Well, you prepared really well, right?
It wasn't
because
that. No.
You didn't prepare today?
No, I like to be right off my cuff. This is it.
Oh, this is it.
It's not rehearsed. It's not planned. It's not. This is the structure that we got. We found a structure that I like. It helps focus
Keeps
things.
Us focused.
Keeps us focused on the high frequency stuff because so much of the world has low frequency invitations. Occasionally, it pops in to be talked about a lot, and that seems to be the wrong path for embodying the high frequency paradigm.
Yes,
it seems to be maybe counterproductive to some degree. So, yes, prepared, yes and no. Prepared, yes. and no.
Prepared, yes and no.
Prepared, but not rehearsed. And I think that in a sense, rehearsed realities are like cotton candy fluff,
Yeah.
And real realities that happen as you're happening have some kind of an authenticity that it feels what I want to be,
Plus, you like surprises, right?
Well, you know that. Remember when I looked at... I spent so long with that.
Oh my gosh, you have to tell the story again. You have to tell the story.
I heard about this thing called your Akashic Records.
Yes.
Sometime around 2010 or 2011-ish. And I was like, what is that? So I started looking it up. I was like,
the classes, courses.
Oh my God, that's so cool. I want to look at mine.
Yes.
So I try to get somebody to read mine because, the first easiest way is just get somebody else to go look.
Right.
And everyone I went to go ask, guess what they said?
Can't see it?
Can't see it. I don't know what's wrong. What's going on? I always see it, but yours is like... Invisible. You don't have one or something. I don't know what's going on. It's like... That sucks. Okay, I'll try a different person. Maybe they can see.
Yes.
And that didn't work. Anybody I could pay. And so I asked people who I had been traveling with. And they looked. I was like, oh yeah, I can see it fine. So what is there? Can't tell you. What do you mean can't tell me?
In other words, they didn't see it.
No, they didn't see it. They were just saying.
Yes, they just pretending.
I saw it just fine, but
I can't tell you.
I can't tell you.
No.
It's like, all right, I'll do it myself then.
So you took a class.
So I took classes and courses, and I did the meditations and sat and did and looked, and I found it. I was like, oh, I found it. And it was this beautiful thing,
Mm-hmm.
And in my mind's eye, I had imagined it and embodied it as a book that I could open and access.
Mm-hmm.
And so I opened this finally. It's beautiful. It's gold on the outside, red leathery kind of middle with up embossed. It's really beautiful. It has a latch.
Nice.
A latch with a lock, you can clutch it on, clutch it off. Then you open it up and it's basically like the most amazing story that I could ever read in my whole life. Of course, you know how nice and interesting I am.
Oh, yes.
Unfortunately, had one problem.
What was the problem?
It's written in Chinese.
Do you speak Chinese, darling?
So I'm looking at this book and I'm going, what? Now, somehow or other, in my Akashic meditation imagery visualization, I need to find somebody who speaks Chinese and can translate. Bring them here too. Like, God, forget it. I'm done. I'm not going to look. Fine.
Oh my God.
And then I think I remember asking you, because there was a point in time where I actually had the opportunity to ask you questions, and back then it was no small task to get a hold of you and be able to ask you a question.
Yeah,
you had to do it during
very
class
unavailable. And we did an event for the Global Ascension Center up in the corner.
Yep, that's
And I remember I was taking a walk and I was going towards a restaurant to have some lunch.
Yep, I remember.
And for some bizarre reason, I was able to actually be on my own.
Alone. I saw you were walking by yourself.
Yeah, that was very unusual.
Yeah.
And I saw you, we waved, and you came up to me and says, hey, can I ask you a question? And I said, well, it's my lunchtime, so if you buy me lunch...
Yep, if you buy me lunch,
if you buy me lunch, I'll answer your question. And you said, sure, come over. So you bought me lunch.
It was very scary to approach you in the first place.
Yeah, I can imagine,
yeah. Yep, I bought you lunch.
Yeah. And then
I bought me lunch too.
And then you went to go ask us, no, let's eat first, and then you can ask me the question.
Jesus.
So you had to wait. So after we finished eating, he says, all right, now we're ready.
Actually, you began eating and then I started telling a story. I never actually got a bite of my lunch. Remember?
Yeah, I know, yeah. But
I
we
couldn't
were eating.
You were eating.
You couldn't eat,
I
but
couldn't
I
eat.
could. And anyways, after I finished, then he said, okay, go for it. What's your question?
Yeah,
what did you ask?
I asked, how come I can't see my Akashic record? I told you the little story. I finally saw it and I seen it was in Chinese and I can't read Chinese.
Yeah. What did I say to you?
It's like, you like surprises. I was like...
And I said, Larry, do you like surprises or do you like to watch the same movie 10,000 times again?
I like surprises.
Yeah. and then you went, oh!
So easy.
So easy.
And so from that time forward, I have been fine with actually surprises.
Oh, there's a surprise for you.
You know what that surprise is?
What is it?
The pie. We can take the pie out. You can read the next button.
All right. So Larry's going to go and deal with the apple pie because we're celebrating Dan's birthday today. And let's have a look at the next one. Realize that you don't create alone. You have co-creators, allies, and buddies. See? Ooh, the next one. See that you are extremely powerful. All right. This is really important, and we're going to wait for the more discussion when Larry gets back. But basically, in this definition, power is the ability to do. And everybody who's born on Earth is extremely powerful. And also, in this context, power is chi. Okay, so energy. And we're going to have a look at what happens if you don't become aware of this power or don't take hold of it. Oh my goodness, and there's another surprise. Okay, this time I'll have to switch it off, so I'm going to pause and come back. All right, we're back. For them it was instant. We were looking at...
Oh yes, you're back.
We were looking at powerful...
See that you are extremely powerful.
Yes, so we talked about the power to do and also the chi. There's two items here. What does that mean to you, honey?
Well, within the context of experience, the video, you're capable of the experiences that you want to have.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Capable of having them. You're not limiting yourself from the experiences you want to have.
Right.
Within embodying a high-frequency paradigm.
And within that dynamic or formula, one could say that all experiences are dictated by your choice. And the level of choice comes in whether it's your choice or somebody else's choice, right?
Next button point, yes.
Yes.
Know that if you don't take ownership of that power, that you are extremely powerful. If you don't own that power and use it, others will.
Yes.
They'll do it for you.
Yep.
And not necessarily with so positive or wonderful consequences.
Mm-hmm.
Because most people that want to use power over you or use your power are probably not using your power for you.
Right. And usually it's individuals who have power over others' energies, which is actually the dark paradigm, right?
Yes. So if you want to embody the high frequency paradigm, you're probably going to need to claim your power.
Absolutely.
Most necessarily.
You have to. It's not even a choice.
And not doing it is feeding the beast.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even if you think you're just being nice, you're
Right.
just feeding the beast.
Correct.
So you need to become aware. Who's using your power and how.
Uh-huh.
And that should be you.
Yep.
But you can, of course, use it to embody a high-frequency paradigm and share it with others
Yes.
who also are embodying a high-frequency paradigm. It doesn't mean you have to be selfish.
Right, yeah.
Right. Alrighty. Expand your awareness to encompass every single thing you need to know to complete your mission on Earth. Yes. Your mission is to express your true self every day. Another way of saying embody the high-frequency paradigm. Was that too many words? You say it, honey.
Oh my goodness.
By the time you get done with it, it's sieved through.
Expand your awareness.
Expand your awareness.
What does that mean?
It means, well,
normally, like an
narrow
average...
band reality,
Yes,
focused narrowly-ish on
Right.
the things that are right here in front of your face.
Yes.
Like, it's cold and I need to make this environment warmer.
Yes.
Oh, there's my dog, does it need fed? There's narrow, focused awarenesses.
Or a screen in front of your face.
Facebook on your screen?
Yes. You're very narrow, right?
Well,
Even the screen is small.
yeah. But it's good to scroll. It's good exercise.
Even your focus, attention on a television. You're exercising your finger?
Yes, it's exercise.
Exercising your finger?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Or your thumb, usually. Yeah.
Yeah. That's narrower Yeah. Expanded awareness is where sometimes people use meditations.
Yeah.
You can stop focusing on all the little things and start focusing on your breath and allow that to like go in and out and out. And pretty soon that other thing allows your awareness to expand. So, I mean, sometimes more inputs come in, but the kind of point is that now you've already moved to expansions.
Right.
Now you're not focused on the little things. So that's
a way
expanded
of doing it.
From narrow awareness. Yeah.
Right.
Time proven.
And then what about having a discussion with other high frequency people?
Almost always that'll help.
Yeah.
Well, almost always.
Right. Almost.
Except for it's Fred and me, and then it'll be sailboats. And then we'll get a little narrower on the sailboats. But yeah, mostly always.
That's hilarious.
Yes.
Okay, expand your awareness to encompass every single thing you need to know.
Yeah.
To complete your mission on Earth.
Whoa. Well, when you say it that way, then as you expand your awareness, you don't just sit in your expanded awareness. Your expanded awareness is used to do something. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not just wallow in. Honest. We're here to do something. Your expanded awareness is a skill, ability, tool, whatever, to bring about the thing that you're here to do.
Which is to embody.
To embody the high frequency paradigm.
Right.
Got it.
Right. Yeah, that's
it's so easy when you say it that way.
Yep.
Okay.
Right. And guess what?
It's at Dan's birthday?
You're not alone.
No, we're not alone. I can hear humps out there. They're eating birthday cakes without us.
We're presently gathering a minimum of 2 million individuals
2
from
million?
around the world.
Okay.
That have the same precise mission on Earth. So that all connect with each other and do the next item you came here to do. What's the next item you came here to do?
Co-create the beautiful experience we can have here on Earth. Imagine 2 million people who get you and support you. Yep. That's us. That reminds me.
Oh, it does?
Of the little Substack we listened to, this Eisenstein one this morning, where he went to the farmers convention.
Yeah.
And he met a bunch of farmers.
Yes.
And he kind of had his little special. He had his special on his sleeve a tiny bit.
Yes.
Not a lot, but he's at the farmers convention. Everybody's wearing their cowboy hats and their cowboy boots and their vests. And, and he's going to come showing up in his...
bare feet.
Bare feet, right. No, I do that too.
But you don't have awareness of it. You don't think about what
I don't even know.
I
forgot. Yeah, right. Yeah. I forget that I don't have shoes on sometimes. It's not like I go everywhere with no shoes.
No,
but
that's true.
I tend to do it as a thing. And I don't know if he was intentionally doing it to see if he could get a rise out of anybody, but he did mention it. I had it, and I was worried that I might be offending people.
Mm-hmm. He did, yeah.
So he did have attention on it. But what it brought was,
positive attention.
My CrossFit teacher, he goes barefoot too. He said grounding is a really important part of life. Yeah. It's very supportive of your life.
He would describe
and it's a cowboy, right?
With his boots and his hat.
Boots and his hat, his chaw.
Yeah.
He might not have his chaw in, but he's definitely a cowboy. And by stereotype, you wouldn't think. I mean, he would be judgmental and be whatever conservative.
And you wouldn't think that he was in a CrossFit
class with a barefoot teacher. No.
Right. So it's kind of nice, isn't it?
So
but it reflects back to you.
It reflects back to you, right, right. I mean, he was embodying his high frequency paradigm. He was.
Yeah, definitely.
He had carried a little bit with him, but he got a reminder. It was reflected back and say, "Hey, it's good, man.
Yeah.
I got your bare feet. I understand.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Really good.
You really should do that. That's really good. I would do that too, but
I like my boots.
I gotta wear my costume because it's all us cowboys here today. Right now, we're not at CrossFit or whatever.
Yeah.
You're allowed. You're allowed to wear your cowboy boots if you want to.
Yeah. And admired.
And admire them and admire each other's cowboy boots. It's part of your watch the video experience.
Yeah. And it's part of communication.
And communication, yeah. Because honestly, in that world, your boots tell a lot about you.
They do.
Are you actually riding a horse?
Mm-hmm.
I can tell because I can see your boots. What are you doing with those boots?
Are they handmade boots or bought at a store?
Are these boots for... these boots for walking, or are these boots for riding, or are these boots for showing, or are these boots for doing? There's lots of things. Communications, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Anyway, that was quite fun. And if you have a chance, I would recommend you listen to that little blurb. It was a pretty nice essay.
Yeah.
One
We'll put
thing
the link
to,
in.
yeah, one thing to be aware of is at some point there brings in a little bit of energy, like everybody needs to be this way. And we have to be patient for everybody to get to that.
Right.
And that point of view is the one that hasn't realized there is a split.
Right. But also, if you take it further, it also imagines that the light paradigm, everybody's going to be walking around bare feet, with bare feet, which isn't that.
Right.
I often say we're all very different. We have the same value, but we're all very different, and that's good. It's good to be different.
It's good to be different, to have variety. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
All to embody the high frequency paradigm
But
within
also,
our
because it's one
paradigm.
of the tenets of expansion of awareness. If everybody was the same, the awareness would be very small because it was all be the same. Everybody's thinking the same.
Yes.
But because we're all different, our awareness expands into differentness.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So that's an expansion.
Right. And having said that, there's nothing wrong with focus.
No.
And there's nothing wrong with expansion.
No.
And one doesn't mean the other is no good.
Right.
But they all have purpose.
They do, and they have their time.
Time and place and use.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's very similar from that sentence. It's very similar for when I say step out of the I, me, and myself into the we, us, and ourselves. But doing it in a way that you can go back to the I, me, and myself when necessary, and go into the we, us, and ourselves when necessary. Or flowing in that high frequency energy. We do it, we flow in and out of those two very seamlessly because this is a physical universe. And no matter how in oneness you are, guess what? You have an individual body, right? You have two eyes. You have two arms and hands and whatever. So you're human, right?
You're human, yeah.
You're human. And that means you do have your body is different to the body of your neighbor or the person sitting next to you. They're different bodies.
Same but different.
So oneness, yes, you are all of those bodies, but guess what? You only have one in your field that you experience from.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
You can do the energy of step into somebody else's shoes, but then you always go back to your own shoes.
Or in the case of Charles, no shoes.
No shoes. Yes.
Oh, honey, you're funny.
You too.
Love you.
Love you too. Do you feel complete, honey? Yes, I think so.
Yes.
And the party's happening in the background, so we're leaving now. See you guys later.
Yep. See you later.
Oh, okay. Before we go, we have to tell you about
there's something very important tomorrow.
Very important. So there are 3 classes that I would say are the most important classes that we've released since 2010. One of them is the Ascension 101 course. The other one is the Rules of Engagement. And this is the third that we're doing, probably as you're reading this email.
As you read the email, maybe a little bit
to
after. It depends on when your stuff shows up. But
so go to ineliabenz.com and get that class. It's called Enlightenment in Modern Society.
Right. It's happening as you listen. If you listen to this right away.
Yeah.
It's happening as you read.
Get it. If you can't get the live class,
if you missed the live class,
don't worry about it. It's going to be a recording. You can download the recording.
If you're a member of Subscribestar for Second Hour, does it come with that?
Yes. The class one. There's 2 Subscribestars, so there's one for the class. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, there's a second hour one. There's a class and second hour one. So if you're part of that one, you get the class there. If you Walk With Me Now member, you'll get it in the library.
It'll be in your library.
Yeah. Or you can access those live class too through those 2. And that's it. Or you can purchase it
all on its own if you don't want to be part of any of these.
Or it's too late and
thingies or whatever.
If you don't want to Subscribestar, go to Subscribestar, or you don't want to Walk With Me Now, you can just get it from the store.
Either way.
Ineliabenz.com, that's where you go.
Ascension
Get
101.
that class. It's important.
Rules of
and
Engagement.
send the link to the class to everybody who you think will benefit from it. Okay. It's a really, really, really important class. I can't stress that enough.
Oh, I can't wait.
All right. Okay. See you soon. Again. Bye.